Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here today. I am Sandra Waldrop and you are watching Kingdom Acres. I am creating a sweet little faux mini strawberry pie for just some summer fun decorating. You are on my segment of Craft Around the Clock that starts in about 1 minute. Hi Bonnie, welcome in. Tell us where you're from. So we're going to have so much fun today. This is a super simple project that looks very complicated if you see the finished project, but it is going to be super duper simple. Just something fun you could do with the kids, the grandkids, not falling off my stool. Oh goodness. Hi Stephanie, come on in. As y'all come in, let me know where you're from. I am south of Houston over here, and we have been having some rain the past few days. Today it's been mostly sunny, but I can see some storms moving in. And we've already lost power twice today and once yesterday. So I'm just hoping that I can make it through this live without losing power and having to end early. Hi, Tracy. Thanks for coming in. Hearts back at ya. So, strawberries. Strawberries are like my favoritist, yes, that's a word. My favoriteest fruit of all time. Even as a child, I loved a good juicy strawberry. I was actually watching one of Tracy's old videos on her little strawberry jelly jar. I think she did maybe a year ago. And so I'm going to be borrowing a technique that I learned from that video. And in her video, she says that she got her idea from another lady. I can't remember which one. But I'll put it in the comments after my live is over. I'll link Tracy's video so you can see her jelly jar tutorial, because that would be so cute paired next to this strawberry pie. And so to get started, we are going to use one of the little pie pans that we blackened up, I want to say last week. I had done this sweet little streusel pie, and my goodness, it smells amazing. And so in that video I show you how I do this blackened look on these little pie pans. And so let's go ahead and get started. As you're coming in, please say hi. Tracy Van, welcome in. We are making a DIY strawberry pie today, and I love having faux desserts on my shelves. When I was a young wife, newly married, I wanted to be, Joan Cleaver, always having a dessert on my counter, table and stuff. And when it was just the two of us, they'd often get tossed because they would go bad, from just sitting there not getting eaten all the way. Or even worse, I would end up eating most of it because, I was either home more than he was, or I think I have more of a sweet tooth than he does also. So that's one thing. I have more of a sweet tooth for homemade sweets. Hi, Chris Seltz, come on in. And so over the years, I had to kind of cut back a bit on baking quite so much. But as a mom, I still do plenty of baking. And I know I'm going to be doing a little bit more baking now because our garden is really rolling and I've got so much zucchini that I will be making some zucchini bread soon. Hi, Cindy. Oh, hi. Thanks for watching. I'm just trying to wait as long as I can, but I will be doing a big batch of zucchini bread and then freezing the excess. Those won't be sitting on my countertops. But I love having the faux desserts because they don't go bad and I'm not tempted to eat them. They look sweet and they smell good. Hey, Brianna. Hi, Lisa. And it smells amazing. It makes my house feel homey without the calories. So I've just gone around my little pie pan with some Crayola Model Magic clay. And I'm just working it all the way down to the very bottom of my pie tin, just to that base, because when the gel dries, I'm not sure how it's going to look if it's like way up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So I just want to make sure that it just gets pushed all the way down to the bottom and then it'll be in there. Good. Okay. So now I'm just going to go around and form my crust just like I would a real pie. Okay. And I love these little tins. I got them in a thrift store, in one of our local thrift stores. It's one that directly funds one of our local food banks here in West Columbia. And so whenever I'm out and I have a chance to stop by, I love to give them my business because I know it's going to feed people, right? I'm feeding people. And not only that, but it is also, keeping waste, keeping things from, going to the landfills and stuff, repurposing all of this, rebuying, reselling, all those things are just great. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Denise. Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. Let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Debbie. Thanks for being here today, guys. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate it. So this is how it's kind of looking so far. I'm just working my way around and let me see if I can hold this a little better so you can see. I'm just putting my little thumb and forefinger on one hand and then just pushing in with my index finger on the other, and it's giving me that little ruffle shape. That little ruffle shape. That one didn't come out too great. It kind of came out kind of wonky, so let me fix it. And okay, almost done here. So just getting that going. Okay, and I've got some cinnamon worked in already with this on accident, just from touching my pan and then touching the foam, and that's okay. That's okay, because I am going to go ahead while I have this here. I'm going to actually use my coffee podge, which is a mixture of the coffee grunge and oh hey, there's my other wire cutters. I'm always losing stuff. And when I find it again, I'm always so excited. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Cottage Caboodle. Lisbeth Stoll. Welcome. Hi, Rear Rennick. Thanks for being here. So, okay, I'm just looking for a little mixer. And I'm just going to give this a quick mix. So, it's a mixture of Mod Podge and Coffee Grunge. A great recipe for the coffee with Mod Podge and Coffee Grunge. A good source for a recipe for this is going to be Tracy's Facebook page. I'm just trying to get my brain to brain right now. I had my second cup of coffee just a little bit ago, so I'm waiting for all that caffeine to kick in. Hi from Maryland. Oh, wow. I met somebody from Maryland today, and you probably don't know her. I'm sure not everybody there knows each other, but she was just the sweetest. Oh, very sweet, kind person. I was very happy to meet her. So, and she's the only one I've met from Maryland in person, so she's made a good representation for your state and the people there. I tell you, people get an impression of an entire country just from one interaction. A country, a state, a town, one interaction. They're like, oh, I've met somebody from there. I tell you, them people, they're crazy. I have a friend who tells a fun story about getting broke down in East Texas, and now every time we drive through East Texas, I'm like, I don't know what we're in for. Don't break down. It's just one of those funny things, huh? Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Carol. Hi, Victoria. Welcome in, guys. Let me know where you're from in the comments. I promise not to make any presumptions about your state. I think it's just human nature, really. You know, when you meet somebody and you're like, well, everybody from there must be like that. Most people from Texas are very hospitable. Everybody wants to help. Everybody will, you know, fight you to bring their casserole to the potluck or whatever. They want to be the one with the good dish at the potluck. So there's a lot of true stereotypes for Texas. We've got 3 horses and a cow in the back. So, you know, when we hosted a foreign exchange student from Japan last summer, and the agent who came from 4-H to kind of, you know, interview the family and check out our house, make sure we had a bed for her and everything, and that we were decent people. And she was like, everybody, all the kids from over there, when they find out, you know, if they're going to Texas or whatever, they all automatically think, oh good, I'm going to get to see horses. Everybody in Texas owns horses. Everybody in Texas, you know, has animals and gardens and things like that. And I did not help that stereotype at all, because that's how we live. That's what we've got going on around here. So we just laughed. We thought that was hilarious. I was like, well, we say y'all a lot over here, and we do have horses. So she was happy she got to ride a horse and experience some good barbecue. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Oh, we own our crazy here in Talladega. Oh, Alabama, yes. Oh, from Pennsylvania. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so this is how it's looking so far. I just gave everything a good coat with that coffee podge. Okay. Now I'm just going to move this off to the side to dry for a little bit while we work on our strawberries. So I've already made this one, and I just made it out of foam, and I'm going to show you what I did. So I've got my Model Magic, and I'm going to make them varying sizes. I don't want them all the same size. Strawberries in a package are not all the same size. So first thing, I'm just rolling it into a ball, okay? And then I'm just going to take the inside corner, or the insides of my hand, and I'm just going to roll it to where it looks kind of cone shaped, okay? And then I'm going to take let's see here, what do we got? Let me see. I'm going to take a little, I just have a little paintbrush, and I'm going to poke a little divot in the top where the leaves would go. Okay. And I did it with my paintbrush so that I'm just stick that on there now. I'm going to stick this on a skewer so that it can dry. But before it goes anywhere to dry, I'm going to take a Phillips head screwdriver, okay, and I'm just going to make little indentations all over my strawberry where the little seeds would be, and it's just going to give it that look. I'm just gonna have to hold it still. And I'm just gonna play with it a little bit. I did that one, and at first I was thinking that I was going to have to paint each little divot, but actually when you paint these strawberries just with the red, the paint really goes in deep on those divots, and they automatically look darker than the rest. So it's not any more work to have that look. And I'm using Crafter's Collection Christmas Red from Hobby Lobby. It's just the water-based acrylic paint. It's like 49 cents at Hobby Lobby. So, hi Mandy. Oh, thank you, Victoria. You're in Texas, north of Dallas. Ooh, Colorado. Oh, that's awesome. I love Colorado. My husband worked in Utah for a bit when we lived in New Mexico. And so I got to go up to Utah and see him. And so we did have to go through Colorado to get there. And Colorado is just so beautiful. When we were going through, there were some really big, I don't remember if it was elk. I think they were elk in the road while we were going up like this windy road up the mountain at night. And there was a big old elk in the road. It was just so amazing just to see that. I love it. I love it. I know. I have a heart connection to Colorado, even though I've never lived there. Oh, hi Wanda. Thanks for being here. First time watching. I appreciate you stopping in and seeing what we're up to. I'm always up to some sort of crazy shenanigan. And truthfully, I don't even know if this is going to work. This could be a flop today. We'll have to see. I had watched a video of Tracy's doing her jelly jars last summer, and I thought, you know, that would be great. Her technique that she was doing would be great for what I want to do. But so the silicone that I got, it says clear on it, but it looks white in the tube. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. It looks white. I was trying to use my little caulking gun to get it to come out. I'm just going to have to remove the back of it. We're going to have to finagle that also to get it out, but it looks white. So I don't know how it's going to look when we get everything mixed in and how hard it's going to be. We're going to see. We're going to see how things go here, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Either way, we're just here having fun and crafting. And sometimes things work out great, and sometimes you learn a lesson, and that's okay too. I'm just going to stick that in my foam to dry, and I'm going to do another one. I think we'll probably need, I'm going to say 5 or 6. I don't need it like super duper full of strawberries because I am going to put something in the bottom, I think, probably to keep it, to give it some weight, and so that we don't see the bottom all funky, because it is supposed to dry clear. So if it dries as clear as I'm thinking, I don't want to be able to see all the work in the bottom. So I'm going to try a couple of things here today. Just bear with me. Bear with me. It's just all experiments today. So again, I did the little divot in the top, and now I'm just poking my little spots. I don't know how well y'all are seeing this. I need to give you guys a close-up. Give me just a second and I'll give you a close-up. Hold still. They like to move around on the skewer, so you just want to kind of hold it a little bit. Okay, so you can see it's kind of prickly. Are you able to see that pretty good? Made strawberries out of air dry. It's like that for my berry basket. Okay, great. Then I'm on the right track. I was just sitting there thinking, what can I do? You know, the day of, and sometimes even in the 30 minutes to an hour before my live is usually when I'm actually deciding what I'm going to make. Oh, because there are just so many possibilities, right? Making all this stuff and all these different techniques and putting them together in different combinations, and oh my goodness, I could just sit here all day long and craft, and y'all would just be like, what is she blabbering on about? Because I would just sit here and talk and talk and talk all day long. My mom calls it the gift of gab. My grandma used to say I was a chatterbox. But my grandpa just called me his pepper snapper. That's it. That's all he called me. A sweet little grandpa. I have a heart for grandpas. I love grandpa. I love grandmas too. I really just, you know, the older generation is just so precious to my heart. Grandpas have a sweet, sweet place in my heart. All right, see that? The color's not really coming across on camera the way it does in person, but all those little divots are a lot darker in person. They are. So, just so you know, if you try this, you've been called a chatterbox. You know, I just don't understand people that want to be quiet all the time. I don't get it. Oh, thanks, LaDonna. Thank you. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thanks, Kathy and Rennie. I'm sorry if I'm missing anybody coming on. It's not my intention, trust me. But again, I get chatterboxing away and crafting away. And then I just forget what's going on. And then also my sweet children, they are just so sweet. They know that I'm going live, so I'm out of skewers. I'm gonna have to break this one. And so they went on to their bedroom to be quiet and, you know, not be making a ruckus. But you never know when the dogs are going to start barking around here, or somebody's going to come walking in through the front door and making a noise. We've just always got tons of stuff going on around here. And so if that's not going on, then I'm the noisemaker. I'm the noisemaker of the house. Where did I put it? I put it right there. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to stick that. Okay, and here we go for our little seed spots. So yes, my husband is the quiet one. He's just one that if there's nothing to say, then he's not going to say nothing. He's not going to talk just to talk. And I just don't understand that. I'm like, how do you not have things to say? I was watching, oh gosh, what is her name now? I know her name. Oh my goodness gracious, it's gone from my brain. Blonde hair, she's a comedian. She's got like a Georgian accent. I want to say, I'm not exactly sure where she's from. But anyways, she's who I imitate when I go out of town. So people who know me in real life know that this is just my voice. But when we travel, I like to speak with a Georgian accent, and I'll just walk around talking like this everywhere we go. And my girls are just so irritated with me. I'm like, come here, my little sugar bug. Why aren't you walking with me? And all these people just looking at me like I'm famous or something, or they think I'm just insane. So, when they drive, they will look different. Okay. We're gonna see. But okay, so when these dry, they are going to be in a pool of that red caulking situation, the silicone situation. So I don't know what's gonna happen with our little Frankenstein chemistry situation that's going on over here. Anyways, so I was watching this comedian, and she was talking about how her husband, he goes to work and he uses up all of his words that he's allowed for the day. And she's like, I need people. Oh gosh. She just cracks me up. She was saying her husband, he just comes home and he sits on that recliner and he just stares like this. Just stares into space. And she's like, okay. She likes to talk. And that's how I am. I love to talk. I love to just chatter it up. And my kids at church think that my Georgian accent is fantastic. And sometimes when I'm reading them their Bible lesson, they'll be like, do the accent, do the accent.
Do you know colored papers?
What's that?
Do you know colored papers?
Colored paper. I think maybe in the cabinet in the back room. Got one of my children out here looking for colored paper. When we went to Hobby Lobby earlier, she was like, Mom, I've got to do some crafting today. I've got to do some crafting. It's funny, huh? Oh, hopefully the paint holds up. Yes, that's a concern. I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see how this goes. Okay, I'm going to make one more, even though, I've got a little thing right there. We can do one more. It'll work out. It'll be fine. Okay, I'm just going to roll it. Use my little poker. Okay, and I like this because it's got the rounded bottom, so that really helps me out. Okay, and I've got this old skewer that I had sitting in water for a while because I didn't wash my my little paintbrushes. I don't know why that worked so hard for me today. I didn't wash my paintbrushes after my last live, and so they've been sitting there waiting for me because after my last live, I went to bed, and the next morning I was gone. Okay, this is not working. I'm gonna have to redo this one. I was gone super early in the morning to go to camp with my youngest daughter, and then when I got back from camp, I was sick. That morning when I got up to leave for camp, I could feel just a little bit of scratchiness in my voice, and I don't know if you can hear it. I'm still just a little bit nasally. You really shouldn't ask that. Yes, Hobby Lobby. My husband doesn't bother asking me anymore because I'm like, okay, do you want a list? What I've done is I've made him an Amazon wish list. Okay, so I just update it whenever I see something that I would like for a holiday, Christmas, birthday, whatever. I just add it to that list, so he is able to buy me something that he knows that I want, or possibly need. That list is a mixture of wants and needs. and he knows that he can't go wrong. It's definitely not something that I don't want if he's buying off of there. So he knows, and I like to help him out. I know that present buying can be really stressful on people. They want to get you something nice, but then when it is not one of their giftings, one of their talents, they get discouraged, and then you end up with like a screwdriver or a pack of gum, or just, something so that you have something. And they always make a promise to themselves that they'll get you something better when they can figure it out. But then like time passes and then they just don't do it. So I know that there's always good intentions with the people that are not great at gift buying. So I make it easy on my husband. And really, he has just, in the past, before the days of Amazon wish lists, he has bought me some really amazing gifts. When he has had the time to really like shop and look. But he doesn't always have that time because he provides for our family. He's the only income for our family. So yeah, like, I don't know how he does it all, but that's just something that I do to make his life a little bit easier. And then if he, shows up empty-handed, I'm like, you had no excuse. Just kidding. That's not why I do it. But I could say that, right? He wouldn't, though. That's not who he is at all. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Kathy. Thanks for being here. Hi, Jen. Thank you, Brenda. Yes, I just like to, give him a little bit of grace. Let me grab this pack of cups real quick. It's right over here. I brought them to the table, but I didn't put them in arm's reach. So I'm just going to mix myself a little bit of plaster of Paris because I'm going to put it in the bottom of my, okay. I was a little worried it was going to like pop in my face or something. I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom of my pie dish here. What is in the way of the camera? Okay, there we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So I'm just going to get a little bit of this. So anyway, since I'm feeling better, I can make as big of a mess I want apparently, because I will be feeling well enough to clean all my mess up before my husband gets home from being out of town. Right now he's working a couple of hours away from home, and so I'll be able to get all this cleared up and have our dining room table back for all of our family shenanigans. We do a homeschool co-op, and I'm just going to mix some of my water here. I'm going to put half, or I'm going to do the same amount of water as I put in plaster of Paris. I don't measure, I just eyeball it. So we do a homeschool co-op. What paint is the red? It is called Christmas Red from Crafter's Collection from Hobby Lobby. It's the water-based acrylic. Oh gosh, what was I saying? My brain. Did you hear what I was saying? Oh, okay. So, we do a homeschool co-op, and our last day, we usually meet on Tuesdays, but our last day this coming week will be on a Monday because we are meeting at a water park, and that's going to be our last day of school. It's going to be the water park. So our kids are going to be a little bit spoiled this year for the end of year, but we did our auction day last week, or this week. And what we do is we do it for the older kids. We save up tickets for them, tickets that they earn by turning in their schoolwork, having their homework done, participating in class, having, you know, a good attitude. It's just one of those classroom management tools, right? And so when we have an auction, we have auctions twice a year, at the end of Christmas, or the end of the fall semester and the end of the spring semester. So I had two kids this year doing auction. So I, as a mom, had to bring 4 items for the auction table. And I brought 2 different types of Monopoly games. One is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and the other is Super Mario Brothers. And I don't need it, sweetheart. And my sweet girls used their tickets to buy both of the Monopoly games that I purchased. Oh gosh, I was just dying. So, what I'm hearing is they are loving family game night, right? And so the other night when we went to visit my husband in at his hotel, we played the Super Mario Monopoly that the girls had got from the auction. And it is just so much fun. So much fun. So that's how it's looking right now. Okay, so now we've got that bottom edge hidden. And now this has a good amount of weight to it, right? So, okay. Next step. We're just going to let this dry for a little bit, okay? I'm hoping that it'll dry enough that we can move on to the next step with it. We'll hope. Thank you, Wanda. Thank you. Yeah. So, the girls are so excited about all these games. Okay, this is what I do. Because here's the thing. Maybe I just didn't snip this off far enough. I tried to use my gun with this thing. My little caulking gun. The thing that you stick this in. Maybe I need to cut this off. Like, more? I don't know. I don't know. I've used these before. Let's see. But it looks like, I don't know, it didn't want to come out. So I'm going to just, there we go. I'm just going to take it out the bottom. I was going to try again with the top, but that thing is so hard. And when you like squeeze the gun, it gets tighter and tighter and tighter. Then you have to unscrew it, and it is so hard to get out. Your grandson loves the Really? Oh my gosh, yes. It is so much fun. We did not play it all the way through, but as far as we played, I won. And I didn't even cheat. Normally, I'm so bad when it comes to Monopoly. I am shameless. I will cheat at Monopoly, okay? That is the one thing. I'm like, I don't lie, I don't cheat, I don't steal, unless it's Monopoly. Don't go to the bathroom if you're playing with me. Because I am ruthless. I want to win. But I tell you, like, you know, going in, just so you know, you're taking a chance by going to the bathroom, okay? All right, see, so it says it's clear, but it's coming out white. All right, we're going to see how this turns out. This little experiment of ours, how it's going to go. We're going to see. My kids think it's funny. My husband just sits there and shakes his head. He's like, mm-hmm. But I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Oh, yes, yes. It always makes my heart happy when I see other families doing game night too. I just think that it's so important. And I remember when my 2 oldest were in junior high, I used to serve for this church. And they're a huge church, like probably around 200 kids just in their junior high age groups, 6th through 8th grade. And they had a mom reach out to them, you know, my son, he's just, he's getting into so much trouble and all this stuff. And the youth pastor was like, okay, so what do you do? And she's like, well, I ground him. And she's like, okay, so you are taking him and you're separating him from the family, right? Hi, Fatima. Thanks for being here. You're separating him from the family, but when is your together time? And she didn't have any answers. And she's like, game night is so important for your family. It creates such a bond and unity, and all those memories, your kids will take them with them forever. Like those are memories that they will keep with them through their whole life. So yes, I love when I see that people are having game night with their kids. I just think that it's so fantastic. Okay, so these are the alcohol inks. I got them from Hobby Lobby. They're $3.99. In Tracy's video where she did this technique, but the inks were only $2.99. I'm just gonna say, inflation's getting us. It's $1 more each now. Oh, Crafting Mom's Corner Market. Thanks for being here. Kathy Tibbs, Shelly Rains. Thanks for being here, y'all. Thank you. Okay. I don't know how much I'm adding of this. We're gonna see. We're gonna 2, 3, 4, 5. We're just gonna see. I'm just gonna start mixing and see what color I get. It's looking pretty red in there. But so here's the thing. When you dye something that's white, it's gonna look lighter, right? So I'm wondering if it's going to dry. When it dries clear, is it going to dry with the amount of red that I put, or the amount of red that I'm adjusting for because of the white? Am I overthinking this? I'm probably overthinking this. Oh, look at that. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. Not too shabby, but it's going to the bottom. And I'm feeling like I need more. Okay. Let's see here. I'm just kind of going willy-nilly with it. Willy-nilly is the name of the game. All these shenanigans that I've got going on all the time at this table. We're eyeballing things and we're going willy-nilly at it, and we're just gonna see how it turns out. What do you think? Is that looking kind of gel? Like the look I'm going for is kind of like the gel that you see at Walmart for the strawberry shortcakes. You know, like they've usually got like the little angel food cakes, and then the container of like the red gel, and then the fresh strawberries next to it. So that's what I'm going for. I'm gonna need it to go darker. And I did get a darker red just in case. I got a crimson just in case, but this that I'm going with right now is just red. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Hello from Gilmer. Is it Gilmer or Gilmer? My eyes. Gilmer, Texas. Where is that by? Okay, I'm from West Columbia, and when I tell people where I'm from, I have to tell them Houston because nobody knows where West Columbia is. Where is Gilmer by? Where is it next to? We used to live in Odessa, up in West Texas. I'm gonna try some of this crimson and see what it does for us. Do you like anything else? Maybe. You never know. We're gonna try. We're gonna try it out. We're gonna see. 1, 2, 3. I'm not gonna do too much because I don't want it to get too dark on me, but I just want something to just kind of deepen it a little bit. Just give it a little bit of a punch, you know? I'm using DAP. Siliconized acrylic latex caulk. So yes, yes to both of those. I'm using silicone caulk. is if that's a thing. Siliconized acrylic latex caulk is what it says. So, okay. Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that. That's a little bit closer. And I bet it will when it dries. It's going to. I wish that it would say on the bottle that it's going to be white inside and, you know, white when wet and clear when dry, so that when people are doing their stuff, they don't get worried. Okay. These are, okay, so this one's dry, and is this, okay, this is still just a little bit wet. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna move this, and I'm going to wipe my hands off because I'm a little messy here, making messes, but close to Longview and okay, yes, Longview is so pretty, so pretty. I love that area. I love it. All those trees and everything up there. Yes, so pretty. My husband has worked, I want to say in Longview before, I think. Maybe it was Livingston. Maybe I'm getting it confused with Livingston. But I know Longview and Tyler is all, it's all up more, right? It's definitely north of me. All right, I'm just gonna hit this with my little dryer here. Hello from Central Texas. Hi, Shelly. Joy? Is that Joy? Oh, I love that spelling. Tina, Kathy. Thanks for being here, y'all. Did I say Shelly? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Is it Joy or... I think that's an I. These eyes, I tell you. I'm needing them to... I need to be eating my carrots. That's what I need to do. I need to eat carrots. Eat more carrots. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Brenda. Thanks for being here. Just giving this a little bit of a dry. I'm gonna give these a little bit of a dry too, because they're still kind of wet. Donna, thanks for being here. Let me know where y'all are from. And if you like strawberries. I know some people who are allergic to strawberries. My son, when he was a baby, he was not like super duper allergic, but if he had strawberries, he would break out in a rash like anywhere where the strawberry juice had touched on his face. So he didn't get strawberries as a baby, and so he's not really a fan of them now as an adult. Nice to meet you, Vermar Designs. Oh, nice to have you here. Thanks for being here. I remember seeing your YouTube. You have a YouTube, don't you, Miss Vermar Designs? Brenda Moon. Wanda in Illinois. Okay. My daughter's boyfriend's family, all of his extended family is in Illinois. So, and he's graduating high school in just a couple weeks. And so I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people coming from Illinois to Texas. Oh, thanks for Marie. I'm glad you caught me too. Hi, Kathy. California, yes. Okay, so both my mom and my dad were raised in California. All my mom's family are from California. My dad still has family living in California. I do love California. As a Texan, I know that there's a little bit of a conflict just in recent times, but you know, everybody was so excited when In-N-Out came to Texas, okay? But my heart is in a Tommy Burger, okay? That is my thing with California. I love, oh, thanks, Brenda. I appreciate you. Long Island, New York. Okay, oh, wow. That's amazing. New York. East Coast of Maryland. Wow. Wow, we've got people from all over here. Yeah. So New York. Funny thing, I grew up, and I know that it's probably way out of season or style or whatever, but I grew up watching The Nanny with Fran Drescher, and last night I got tired of my daughter's like weird shows, whatever it is that she was watching, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna put on something for us. So I put on The Nanny with Fran Drescher. And so my daughter heard for the first time about a tchotchke. She didn't know what that was. And I had another friend on Facebook say she didn't know what a tchotchke was either. So I thought that was hilarious. But my girls are now obsessed. They're obsessed with that show now. Okay, I missed a spot on the inside, but I'm not really sure if it'll matter. I think I'm just going to go with it. I think I'm just going to let it be, and we're going to see how it goes. Okay, I'm taking my strawberries off, and I'm just going to plop them in here. Okay, and we're going to see our little strawberry pie experiment, how this is going to go. And I'm just going to sit right here on that. But you know what I want to do? Well, poo. Never mind. I think it's going to be fine because we've tinted. I was thinking about the color of the plaster of Paris. I was thinking about the color, but I think it'll be fine. You're here from Wisconsin, love strawberry. Oh, yes. Oh, thank you. Yes. Oh, Wisconsin. Oh, my goodness gracious. I would love to visit Wisconsin. I think that area, that part of the country is just so beautiful. Indiana, nice. I have family in Indiana. They grew up in New Mexico, but now my cousin lives in Indiana, and she just loves it. She loves it over there. Okay, I'm spreading this on, and while it's wet, you're gonna be like, where did these strawberries go? But I think that it's gonna be fine. I think it's gonna work out. And hopefully I don't have to mix more of this because I'm not sure I could get the right color again. I should have done more. That's okay. It'll be fine. I think I've got probably just enough in my cup doing that. And so I'm glad that I did the plaster of Paris in the bottom, because if I had to fill this with all this silicone caulking, it probably would not have turned out, because I would have had to do several batches trying to fill up just this little pan. Okay, now I'm just smoothing it in there like I'm a cake or a pie decorator or something. And when this dries, the idea is that it will dry with that strawberry gel look to it, and we will have ourselves a strawberry pie. Oh wow, okay, 6:07. I'm just about at my hour. Normally we normally we have 45 minutes, but Tracy's trying this new thing where she's like, well, 45 minutes is your slot, but if you need to go an hour, which I usually do actually need an hour, that's usually about my time frame. So I'm so happy to have that hour, because, okay, I will post a picture of this when it dries, and I need y'all to cross your fingers and toes with me. And hopefully we'll be able to see those strawberries through this. Hopefully my experiment works. We're gonna see. Anyways, here it is. I hope you guys like it right now. And you know what? Even if it didn't, I know that it would be sad. I would be sad because we did that work making the strawberries. Even if it didn't, I would still display this because it's cute. And I could go back and add like some whipped cream swirls or whatever with caulking, and just do it up just as if it were a plain strawberry pie. But I really want to see those whole strawberries. So please cross your fingers and toes with me, and hopefully this will turn out. Thank you guys so much for being here again with me today, and I appreciate you all so much. If you will, please go over onto YouTube and find my page. It is Kingdom Acres Homestead with Sandra Waldrop, and I do upload all the lives that I do here over onto YouTube, but I also do additional content pertaining to my canning and my gardening and my animals and all the different things. I do additional and different posts over there, so you will be getting more and different content than just what you see here from me on Facebook. So I hope to see you all over there. The link to my YouTube should also be on my Facebook page. So anyways, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. And thank you all again so much for being here with me. And thank you for homemaking a homemade home with me today. Y'all take care. Bye.